What is up, West Coast Eagles Nation? We are the West Coast Eagles Nest. My name is Hisham.
My name is Hassan.
My name's Nick.
And welcome to the West Coast Eagles Nation podcast. Alrighty, guys. So we just want to kick off by saying sorry. We haven't been able to record for the last 2 weeks.
Technical difficulties.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so we do apologize, guys. We really want to put these out week by week, and we just got kind of caught up with everything. Couldn't find this stupid cable for this microphone, and it was just a giant headache. So
right now we're just going to do a quick recap of the last two games, and we're really going to just talk about what's going on with the week ahead.
Yeah.
With the next 6 weeks actually ahead.
Yeah, because the next 6 weeks are going to be pretty important. But backtracking, we do want to talk about the Green Bay Packers game and how great and how massive that win was. It was a must-win for the Eagles, and I think we did a really good job stopping the run and just playing overall really great ball game.
Besides Aaron Rodgers torching our secondary that was already, of course, decimated, he killed us with the passing yards. But the run defense was amazing.
Yeah.
And it was just an overall a win that we needed. And we got that win.
It was a must win for our team, and I think the defense all stepped up really well. I mean, the secondary. I cannot emphasize enough how frustrating it is having the secondary we have, especially losing Avonte Maddox to that game. That was really rough to lose Avonte Maddox, but
thankfully he's doing okay. Though.
He's doing better now. He's doing a lot better now. But Devontae Adams was going to have a freaking career day. He was going to go for over 200 yards if he didn't miraculously get, the turf toe. So we kind of caught a break there. But I was happy with our run defense. Our run defense really stepped up, really stopped him. Saw really great stuff from Barnett. The strip sack on Aaron Rodgers, which is huge. It's hard to get to Aaron Rodgers, period. Yeah. The guy's just so quick with the ball. And he's so quick with his feet. Yeah. So it was great to have that.
If anything, with the run defense stopping, it was Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones was their
lead back.
And then besides that, it was Aaron Rodgers. He had more rushing yards than Aaron Jones.
So that was a huge game for our run defense, and it was great to see that. Super exciting. And I think the one of the best facts was the fact that we went into Lambeau and beat Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau. That's huge. It's the mecca for football.
That had never been done too, because I think, as if I remember right, the record goes that when Aaron Rodgers is up by 14 points at Lambeau, he is undefeated.
Double digits. Up by 10 or more points, Aaron Rodgers was undefeated.
But not this year. Not against
the Eagles. So big shout out to Doug Peterson. Eagles offensive staff, defense staff, everybody stepped up.
It was just overall just a great team win, and it happened. And like we said, a shout out, also to Craig James as well for being in that final play. They targeted him at the end of the game and tipped it up, and Nigel Bradham caught the interception, and he we had just posted something on the Instagram stories. Tagging Nigel Bradham, and he actually reposted it back on his Instagram. So
that was really awesome, man. Really awesome.
Thank you, man.
So moving on to next week, then we had the next game against the New York Jets, a very decimated New York Jets team. No Sam Darnold.
No, Demaryius Thomas was he?
Demaryius Thomas played. No, C.J. Mosley. They made some key components on that team, and they're really struggling. So this was a statement game for the Eagles to make.
And they were also a team that had not won a game in the season. So they came in. They know what they wanted to do, and they needed to win the game.
So I think it was a statement game for our defense. 10 sacks. Sorry,
it felt like stacks, bro.
Stacks on stacks for sure. But I think you just saw how cohesive everybody was in that front line. Deshaun Hall got a sack. Derek Barnett got a sack. Brandon Graham got a sack.
He got 3 sacks.
3 sacks. Orlando Skadrick strip sack. Herm Edwards, baby. I love that again. I love that play call. A la Herm Edwards. So that was seriously so fun to watch, and I think it was a game that all Eagle fans needed to see. We needed to have that game where we just dominated and dominated. I felt like we really did well.
We knew what we're capable of. This is something that we've always known we can do. Again, I'm not going to try and take too much. Like, I mean, Grant, I'm happy to see the win. Obviously, who's not? But at the same time, we got to take into account it is the Jets. I mean, yes, they're kind of trailing, they're beating up and stuff like that. So it's like we can't really brag about beating the Jets and stuff like that. And then side thing. The video that was going around about that one kid who was on wearing the Eagles gear and pouring popcorn all over the guy's head, like we saw that one. I mean, it was like a little bit of a laugh, but still, like that's not what. At least for me, I'm gonna say this. Like that's not the kind of fan I am. You know what I mean?
Philly fans are brutal, man.
We're brutal. Yeah, we're brutal. We hate Santa, but I'm just saying.
I will say that, you know what, it did look staged. That I would say that's one thing.
Yeah.
So it did look staged. It didn't look like it was something super intentional. Like he looked like the guy. The Jets fan looked like he was like, "Hey, can we record this?" And the Jets fan was like, "Yeah, yeah."
Send over to Barstool, and then
exactly. It was a funny clip. So
it was a funny clip.
I don't think it was intentional. Like he did it on purpose. Yeah. And it was like
to be like disrespectful. It was because why beat him up already? He's already a Jets fan.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's already tough enough.
Sorry.
So one thing I do want to talk about for that Jets game though was how kind of the offense struggled.
Yeah,
offense struggled. I mean, I you know what? I hate to do this, and I know a lot of Eagle fans were kind of upset because we did talk about how like, guys, it wasn't that pretty of a win. It wasn't like, oh my god, like. Yes, it was a dominant win because our defense was dominant. Our defense actually stepped up and did amazing. But our offense kind of took a step back, you know?
Yeah.
Wentz took a step back. Running game kind of took a step back. It wasn't like as much as I wanted it to be, as I was hoping it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Wentz only threw one touchdown.
Yeah.
160 yards.
It was about 190 yards passing for Carson Wentz, and besides that one touchdown, it wasn't a good game for Wentz. I think he was 17 for 29 to only throw 29. Yeah, the defense had a big part of the game, but we needed a dominated showing from our offense. We got it from our defense. We didn't really get it from our offense, which is kind of unfortunate because the week before against the Packers, Carson Wentz also didn't have he had a decent game. But I think he finished with like 160 passing yards or something like that. So the week before and against the Jets, not too much going on the offense, at least passing by Carson Wentz. But we'll take the win, of course. We'll take the win. That's what we needed.
Big
and regardless of how the game went, it's still going to be a win in the column. So definitely take that. But yeah, I think the defense just was amazing. I mean, we had actually we did some hot takes for that morning, and we said that the Eagles were going to get a pick six and also a strip sack, and we got both of them. So the defense definitely played their part. But Carson Wentz is having a really good season so far. He's I believe 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. We just got to see a little bit more. We got to see a little bit more from Carson Wentz, and unfortunately, he hasn't had Deshaun Jackson for the last 3 weeks now.
I would say that's a big thing too. Is you have to take into consideration. We've been playing without all of our pieces, and that's one of the things that's frustrating, guys. I mean, like I said, and I talked about this after the Atlanta game. It was super frustrating because we have all these amazing pieces, and when you get all these pieces, and it's like you're building a Lego set, you're building the set up, and it's like you're missing that one piece. It's just like, come on, man.
And it's
it's up there. You know, it's week in, week out. And so it's like, oh, okay, I found this piece. This piece goes here now, and then it's another piece that's missing. It's like, come on, I want to get everything together at once, because then that's what it is. That's what builds what I'm trying to do. So I think that's one thing that's you have to take in consideration with Carson. Yes, he hasn't had all of his pieces, but you know what? I still want him to be able to throw the ball to the receivers that we have. I want our receivers to catch it. You know, Nelson, JJ, Matt Collins. We have to really get together as a unit and understand. Regardless of who goes down, it's next man up mentality, and we have to play that next man up mentality. Definitely. One thing I will say I was pretty happy about after the Jets game, Doug Peterson did reiterate or talk about that Jordan Howard must get more carries. He wants to get Jordan Howard more carries, and I think that's one thing we've been preaching and talking about is that Jordan Howard has to be the lead back in Philadelphia, and he can be very productive. He can be a power runner. He can catch the ball. and he'll be awesome. I think Miles Sanders might need to take a little bit of a step back. I still like getting the reps to Miles Sanders. I don't want to take away
utilizing
all
both
the learning from
utilizing both tools. That's what it is. It's kind of like you hit him with the left, hit him with the right. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You don't throw all.
Jordan Howard is that power runner who needs to get going and needs to get his reps in to be able to get him in his game.
Right.
So we have to work on getting Jordan Howard the ball, I feel, and hopefully with Peterson's approach now, they'll be trying to get Jordan Howard the ball a little bit more. So that thing would be nice. So moving on. Quick shout out! I do want to give a quick shout out to the Harpin. Great bar. Watch the game there, guys. Awesome fun bar. Yeah. Eagles fan all over the place. Shout out to our boy Tron. Guy pretty much runs the entire bar. He's the one who set this whole Eagles bar up, and really fun bar to go to. Harpin in Costa Mesa, guys.
Yeah.
Definitely give it a check out for game day.
And we've actually been getting a lot of people that have been asking us, in our DMs, where we watch these games at, or do we ever have gatherings. Normally Sunday morning games, we'll be at the Harpin, or we'll probably be watching them at home. When we do go to the Harpin, we don't have tables set up or anything like that. Just everybody can go, show up. You guys can hit us up on Instagram, and we'll let you know exactly where we're seated or standing, and you can just come in and hang out with us. Let us know. But yeah, that's normally where we will head out. Besides there, we'll also be at Eagles Nest down in San Diego. So yeah, if you guys ever want to come out to a game, that's where we'll be for sure. And then, heading into the next three weeks, big games.
Yeah, some big games.
Yeah.
So we wanted to really quickly break down those 3 games. So the next 3 games, it's Minnesota Vikings, at Dallas Cowboys,
Sunday Night Football,
and at the Buffalo Bills. And I think, talking about all these games, I think kind of the most important game that I'm kind of really fearful of is going to be this Vikings game. And I'm fearful because I feel like this is the game where we have the highest probability of a loss. And it's only because that wide receiving core that the Vikings have. I'm not talking about Kirk Cousins. I'm talking about the wide receiving core. Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Kyle Rudolph. These guys, even Dalvin Cook. Great.
Dalvin Cook has been racking up points.
He can rack up super. The guy's a great pass catching back. Those are the players I'm afraid of because of our decimated secondary.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that I feel like for the Eagles, we have to really step up and look at, okay, week by week, we got to plan it out week by week and not be looking towards next week. We have to literally look at each week as being 1-0, 1-0, 1-0.
Yeah.
That's it. So if we could do that, then I think our team can come out of these next 3 tough road games, with a winning record.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's going to be the big one. Is definitely putting pressure on the Vikings themselves to make sure that Cousins is rendered ineffective. Because as long as they can do that, as long as we can try and get the sack, strip him, you know what I mean? Then I think he can't utilize those 4 targets. You know what I'm saying?
Just get after the quarterback. If our front line can get after the quarterback, that Vikings O-line has been hindered. It's been decimated. They're losing a lot of their offensive linemen. They're not as good as they used to be when they had Case Keenum. This is a different Vikings team that we are facing, so we have to get after the quarterback. If we can get after the quarterback and stop Kirk Cousins from throwing the ball and getting it to his wideouts, we can win this game.
Exactly.
For sure. And another thing, big thing, I think goes without saying, stopping Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook, man, it's insane what this guy does week in, week out. He's been a very elusive back.
I have him in a fantasy football league, and he has done amazing for me. So I am looking at seeing who they stick to him, making sure that they actually, hopefully one of the secondaries that's on him can try their damnedest, but at the same time, it's going to be, it's not going to be that easy. I know that much, but I have faith in our defensive line. If anything, I'm really going to be looking at I'm hoping Brandon Graham does his magic. I'm hoping that he can repeat 3 sacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for, right?
For sure. And a couple cool stats. Eagles put up the 7th most points in the NFL, and then the Vikings actually have the 5th best defense for points given up to opposing teams. And then as far as it goes for the rushing yards, the Vikings actually have the third best, or the third most rushing yards in the NFL, and then the Eagles' defense actually allows their running defense allows the least amount of rushing yards.
Yeah, I think it was like the average right now is 63 yards.
Yeah, and then I think the Vikings are like at 166 rushing yards a game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna play part into it. And
a unstoppable force meets an
immovable
object. I feel like this is what it's going to be like with the running game, but it's just stopping Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, I think it's definitely stopping Dalvin Cook, and then also secondary. Like we said, every week the secondary is just beat up. The secondary is going to be beat up, but we got to make sure that we stop the run, and then we also keep the run going for the Eagles. The Eagles need to again go into the game running the ball. It's been working pretty good for the last 2 weeks, I would say, with Jordan Howard as your power runner, and then or your third down runner, and the goal line runner, because Jordan Howard's he's a man in there. He's our leading with touchdowns. He has 5 touchdowns on the season, and 4 of them are rushing. Yeah. 1 of them is catching. So Carson Wentz has to be able to distribute the ball, and he has to go in there. He has to put up points, and he also has to. We got to come out with a win.
The biggest thing is that even if Minnesota comes out and gets a score early on us, I want our team to not look as shaky as we looked when we were playing from behind, because we're so used to it. One thing I will have one gripe I would have over about Carson that Nick Foles never really had was the way to play under pressure, the way to play when you're down, when you're looking like you need to the pressure's on. Nick Foles never let anything affect him. He played as if every play was the exact same play as just the last one was. Regardless of score, regardless of position, of whatever they were doing, Nick Foles just went out there controlled. And I feel like sometimes this is Wentz's gripe right here, is that sometimes when he feels that pressure, he gets a little bit like shaky, a little bit timid in the way that he makes his moves, his decision making, stuff like that. One thing I would love to see from Carson is an improvement in that in this game, because I feel like one thing that can happen, probably more than likely going to happen, Vikings get out in front early.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, 2 weeks ago when we played against the Packers, Eagles were down 10-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
It could have been 14-0. It could have been 17-0 in the first quarter. But I like how the team definitely didn't let that affect the way that they kept the game plan rolling. But yeah, I think with Carson Wentz, he also, I think, what I'm thinking is, in his head, he's thinking NFC Championship against the Vikings. Nick Foles beat the Vikings. Year later, Carson Wentz, Vikings at the Link, Eagles lose to the Vikings, and they were down 20-3 at home.
Yeah.
20-3 at home. And they ended up losing that game. And now we have Eagles heading out to Minnesota on Sunday. He needs to get a win. He needs to get a win against Minnesota.
It's a big win. Big win for Carson.
Yeah, I think this if we can get this first win under the belt, like we said, like Hesh says, you go in this week thinking 1-0.
Yeah.
You don't look forward to Buffalo.
3
weeks out, 2 weeks out. You don't look forward to Dallas. Right now it's just Minnesota, and that's it.
We need to game plan for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay? We're not game planning for the Cowboys. I really want us to go into the game not worried about when the Cowboys game is going to happen. Like, we need to envision as if the Cowboys game is not going to happen whatsoever.
We got to envision it as if it's just the Eagles versus Vikings, one game on Sunday.
This is what it is. It's a right. Super Bowl game. It's a divisional playoff game. That's who our focus is on, is that opponent and that game plan, and that's it.
Right.
We're worrying about next week. So, that being said, let's move on to next week. Okay, I want to talk about the Cowboys.
Oh, yes,
we're at Jerry World.
Jerry World.
This is going to be a very, very tough game. Think of the environment of that that team, the Cowboys,
the chip on their shoulder too, because like all this week we've been like, I mean, let's be honest, I've been clowning on Dallas and stuff like that. It's just where we're at. We got a lot of Cowboys fans around us, so like there is the rivalry between me and a bunch of other people. But like, like I said, without you can't spell Dallas without back-to-back L's. So like we need to watch out though, because they're going to be furious, they're going to be angry, they're going to be on it, they're going to try to prove that they are the dominant force in the NFC East.
Yeah.
So sure. They're not going to I know they're not going to be like lightweights in this game. Like I'm really actually anxious to see how we do against this one, because I know that they're going to be playing with their chips on their shoulder. They know that they're kind of backs against the wall. They're starting to dwindle in their standings, and you need to reestablish with this win over the Eagles. Like I know that's their mentality at the least right now.
I agree. It's the Cowboys are going to be coming off of an easy game against the Jets, who we just faced.
Yeah.
The only thing that we can think of is that, or hope for, is that Sam Darnold is back with the Jets this week. He will be starting, so who knows?
Who knows what's going to happen there? But
who knows?
I mean, you have to assume that they're going to be having a dominant win, so they're going to be coming in off of a high. Yeah. Okay. Our game against the Vikings might be, like I said, I think that's our highest probability of a loss throughout these 3 games. I like this matchup against the Cowboys, though. I like.
Oh yeah.
The fight that we're gonna have to give. Again, stopping the run, stopping Dak, getting to Dak.
Yeah.
I will say this: one thing that we kind of, and then depending on down that line, if they're still unhealthy, is Cowboys are missing some key offensive linemen.
Yeah,
they're missing 2.
Their left tackle and the right.
Their left tackle, right tackle, are both out right now. And those are big pieces to be missing. Tyrone Crawford, big ups to him, man. The guy's an insane beast, left tackle. That O-line is just insane when it's healthy. Right now they're hurt. If we get to play them hurt, we have to get over Dak. We have to get to Dak.
Oh, yeah.
And Dak will be running. I mean, this guy will be running. He will be playing mad, and he will be on his A game.
Exactly.
I do not believe Dak is a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. I do not believe that. But if you were to ask me the first 3 weeks of the season, I mean, Dak played good, and rightfully so. I mean, he played crap teams. He played bad teams.
But he looked good while playing those.
He looks very good.
He plays good while playing those crap teams.
He knows what he's doing.
He needed to play and needed to perform, and he did.
Yeah, we'll make fun of Dakota Prescott all damn day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we gotta watch out, because he is, when given the opportunity and stuff like that, the tools that he gets to utilize on the team and whatnot, he can be a force. Like
they can burn us.
Yeah, they can burn us
with their pass.
We have to be careful.
They can burn us with the run.
On top of that, we have to be on top of that.
We
have to watch out.
Yeah, for sure. They're number 1 right now in the NFL total yardage. So
we got to keep pressure on, especially. And hopefully our secondaries can keep up, because I know they don't have I know they're going to be hopefully relying on what's his name, on Zeke, but at the same time, don't forget there's Amari Cooper, who's been making some damage.
Amari Cooper, Loki been stud so far this season.
He's been a really, really good player, and I'm flying a little under the radar as far as wideouts go, fantasy-wise. Mm-hmm. So Amari Cooper's been solid. Zeke is Zeke. Zeke will eat. So we just really have to come out with that mentality, like we need this game. And it's going to be a very, very big game, because this is going to pretty much determine who's going to be atop the NFC East for quite some time if we beat them.
For sure, especially since the Cowboys are already up 2-0 on divisional wins, beating the Giants and beating the Redskins. Eagles right now, they've only faced the Redskins up 1. They're at 1-0 against the division teams. But it's gonna be a great game. A couple things is rumored Jalen Mills should be coming off of the PUP,
physically unable to perform.
He should be back for this game. He's going to go meet with some doctors next week, early on in the week, to see if it makes sense to pull him off and get him back for week 7. Yeah. And then also Deshaun Jackson is
hopefully should be back by this game, and you know what? Even a 85% Deshaun Jackson I will take, just because the guy can burn any secondary. And we need that. We need that deep threat option.
Exactly. We need somebody that can go out there, and because last game against the Jets, I don't think Carson Wentz threw a ball downfield.
It was only a one pass past 15 yards. It was to Zach Ertz. We did have that one attempt to Nelson Aguilar.
It looked like a pass interference, but
it was. So the call was a defensive holding. Was definitely a defensive holding. The problem is that when we threw the challenge flag, the only thing you can challenge for is pass interference. Yeah. It's a defensive holding call. It didn't go our way. It is what it is. We move on. Yeah, but Cowboys game is going to be a big one, guys. So we will focus on that one. Yeah. Worry about that one, like we said, 1-0 each week, and then we just got to worry about the next one. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so as far as it goes for primetime games, Sunday Night Football, Eagles have to definitely, we love primetime games, man. We love Sunday Night. The world's watching, it's that one game. It's just one game. Everybody's watching this game. And then the biggest thing for me is that last year, Cowboys 2-0 against the Eagles in the season. Yeah. They beat us twice. They beat us at Jerry World, and they beat us at the Link. And that was last year.
Yeah.
This year, we got to go into it. Again, it's one game, 1 week, and it'll be good. It's gonna be a hell of a game. I can't wait. This is one of the games that I have circled on my calendar for the season.
Hell yes.
It's gonna be fun.
And it's like I said, it just comes down to we gotta anticipate that they're going to be riding a high. They're gonna have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder because they want to dominate the NFC East. So we gotta look at them like they're gonna try and pick us apart like we're nothing, and the Eagles just need to come correct and meet that opposition.
Yeah.
And Jets, do us a favor.
Yeah, if that can happen, go Jets. Go Jets, go.
That's right.
So the next game that I do want to talk about that I feel that is a big understatement. Like I feel like this game is flying under the radar, but the thing is that this team's kind of flying under the radar. The Buffalo Bills are 4-1.
4-1, man. The Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to Buffalo to play this game. Like, it's not going to be an easy game. It's going to be cold. So this is going to be a very cold atmosphere that we're going to be in. This is going to be like towards the end of October. We have to go into that game with the mindset that the Bills are a 4-1 team. They are a legit playoff team right now.
Yeah.
They are a legit playoff team.
They just came off a game against the Patriots and almost beat the Patriots. If it wasn't for Josh Allen getting injured, who knows?
No, it seriously could have. It seriously could have happened. Listen, that Buffalo Bills team is going to be good defensively. It's one thing that we're going to have to really focus on and see what Carson can earn his stripes and play.
Exactly. It's crazy to think this. No, not to knock the Bills, but the Bills, man, defense, Bills, when's the last time the Bills were good?
Exactly.
they're
we roll it back a couple years ago. No one would say, "Oh yeah, the Bills is like a dangerous team to watch out for."
But definitely the Bills defense.
Yeah,
it's there, man. They're legit. They're legit. That Bills defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bills offense,
a little shaky, but they still got John Brown.
Yeah.
You got Josh Allen, who's great. Devin Singletary will be back. So I think he might be back.
They got Cole Beasley. They got Cole
Brown.
Beasley.
They have some weapons there. I don't think they'll burn us really necessarily in the
run
or the secondary. But we have to worry about that defense, and then we're playing in their home. The Buffalo Bills Stadium is
here's the thing.
A big advantage. The Bills Mafia is something to worry about.
I'll say that's an actual threat, but at the same time, the cold weather, no, man. Philly gets cold too, so I think we handle I think if it comes down to a weather thing, Eagles will shine even in the cold. I'm just telling you, we're gonna come up. We'll come up on that one, but it's gonna be the environment that we're playing in. It's that hostility. Yeah, that's gonna be the one thing that I think that will. If we have to say anything environmental that will affect us, it'll be that. It will not be the cold.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. The Bills, it just out of everyone, the Bills 4-1. They have a better record than us, and that's awesome though. Hey, ups to them. That's great for their
great job by the coaching staff. Yeah. That team has definitely been turned around. So that's a game that we definitely have to worry about. But like I said, all these three games, we have to take them one by one, week by week. Focus in on who you're playing now, and don't worry about the other guy. Mm-hmm. Do not even envision about that game, and worry about that when that game comes. As soon as your game ends, as soon as the game ends with the Vikings, regardless of score, win or lose, we have to focus and put our attention to the Cowboys.
Exactly.
Okay? Yep. This is going to be the next important thing is that game against the Cowboys.
Not during the game?
Not
after the game.
After the game. As soon as the game ends, okay, What are we looking for? Next
week.
We're on to the next one. We have to worry about it. Win or lose, guys. Yes, we can celebrate the win. Yes, I mean, we can soak in a loss.
Yeah.
But the thing is guys, listen, we have to focus in and keep our focus going, because I feel like that's going to be the biggest thing, is not to lose any sort of focus these next 3 weeks, because this is going to be tough for us.
Yeah, this 3-game
it's a challenge.
Stretch is going to be crazy.
Exactly.
We're the only
team.
And
then we have also, like, each game is spread out a week apart, right? Except for Buffalo Bills that's not a Monday. Isn't that a Monday night game?
No, that's Sunday game.
Sunday game. So we have literally a week, which we're not doing any kind of short weeks, I think, going forward. Yeah. So if that's the case, we have those 6 days to prep for the games in between each match. So
and it's just gonna have us focus. And let me just give one quick blame to the Philadelphia Phillies for making this happen, because we signed the Phillies signed Bryce Harper in the offseason, and with the NFL thinking that, the Phillies are probably going to be in the postseason. So we shouldn't, have the Eagles games while the Phillies play at the same time, because it would just be mayhem. Everybody trying to get off the subway. Everybody,
trying to go from the Eagles game in the morning to the Phillies game in the afternoon,
and then Xfinity Live going completely nuts. I understand why they did it, but. Phillies, you couldn't even make it to the postseason.
4th place in your own division.
No love for that. No love for that, because they're trying to draft. They're trying to. Bryce Harper's trying to take away Mike Trout from the Angels. Like, I'm not down for that.
We're all Angel fans, guys. We're West Coast. We're all Angel fans. But yeah, for sure. These next 3 weeks, very exciting. It's gonna show our true colors as for the Eagles, and yeah,
it's gonna be a nice challenge. It'll be a nice challenge for us. Keep posted with us, guys. Keep us on Instagram. Follow us at West Coast Eagles Nest. Yep. Follow this YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, guys. We
comment down below. Share it with your friends and stuff like that. I mean, we really appreciate it and stuff like that. To everybody who keeps adding us stuff like that, thank you. All of our Philly fam from all around the world. Thank you so much for the follows and the likes and stuff like that.
We seriously do appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening to our podcast. It really does mean a lot for us. We love talking Eagles football. We love talking Eagles football with you guys, interacting with you guys.
Yeah,
so please, regardless to if you guys have any fans who aren't Eagles fan and want to just talk football, we're here for that too.
We'll talk football with you. And even listen. Even then, in the comment section of the Instagram and stuff like that, guys. Just throw out your favorite Wawa sandwich, okay?
Give us your favorite Wawa sandwich. Give us your favorite bar to go to and watch a game at the in Philly. And we love to hear that too.
Shout out to all of our fans and stuff like that. Even if it's just you keep in touch with us here because you happen to be a transplant from Philadelphia. I mean, we love you all.
Yeah,
honest truth.
We'll definitely try to plan something now where we all try to invite everybody out to a game and to a bar to watch the game on a Sunday, because we'd love to watch the game with you guys and just interact with everybody. So, till next week, till after the game against the Vikings, we'll try to get a podcast up for that after that game and get our immediate takes and stuff like that for that game. But in the meantime, please follow us at our Twitters at West Coast Eagles Nest. If you're not following our Instagram already, you should be. West Coast Eagles Nest Instagram. My name is Hisham.
My name is Hassan.
My name is Nick.
And this has been the West Coast Eagles Nest podcast.
Fly Eagles fly, baby.
Fly Eagles fly.
Go Birds.
Sorry, Gary Vee, that we beat the Jets.